Hey guys, I need something easy to get something out before Halloween, so band video.
Black dress with the tights underneath.
Time for another look at a band from when I was younger that just vanished after a couple years. 303 were an electronic duo that had a few decent-sized hits from 2008 to 2010, although only one of them seems to be remembered, and for a lot of people, not that fondly. Back when they were popular, the common perception was they were douchebags, but I don't think it's fair to judge their entire work or them as people based on a couple songs they made when they were really young. So let's see what else they've done.
Whatever happened to 303?
Just another girl alone at the bar.
So the two members of 303 are Sean Foreman and Nathaniel Motti from Boulder, Colorado. That's important because their name is actually a reference to where they're from. 303 is the area code for where they grew up. Not exactly sure why it's spelled 3OH!3. For years I've been referring to them as 3OH3. The band formed in 2004 and released a self-titled album in 2007 with this awful artwork. It was self-released, so it didn't do much, but they did release 2 singles for it. The first called Holler Till You Pass Out.
Hello, students. Today we're gonna learn about the elements.
Wow. I know this is self-released and they didn't have much money, but I expect a little better than this.
Although I kind of love it. It takes me back to high school and college and all the projects we would make. The humor is very high school project. Why is this kid in the corner of the principal's office? Why are kids learning about the periodic table but also have recess? Why are they dancing with kids 5 to 10 years younger than them? I love this video, 10 out of 10. The song itself...
On the dick, give him 303. Poppin' motherfucker like you know me.
Alright, if this is meant to be a parody of overly aggressive Kronk songs of the mid-2000s, then it's perfect. But if it were meant to be serious, then it's a complete failure. I could be mean and say this is all supposed to be genuine, but look at the video. Yeah, this is a joke. And as someone who made similar stuff to this in high school, I kinda have to love it. The other single is called Electroshock, and thankfully they've learned how to use After Effects.
Sweat, cause I'm a poisonous pill.
Wait, what are you saying?
Yeah, the production is far worse than the first song, but even if it wasn't, the song's not very good. Here's the lyrics. Sweat, sweat, cause I'm a poisonous pill. Pop me in your mouth, baby, sit and be still. Not yet, I ain't through with you, girl. Put me in your glass, baby, give me a swirl. So hold me close, tiny dancer. The only thing I got is electro rock cancer. I saw a picture on the canvas. Baby's got a ciggy in her lips. I know she's cancerous.
So, you're trying to bang a chick with cancer?
Video still has some of that cheesy charm though. Sadly, the rest of the album more closely resembles this song. They're just not really mixed well and try too hard to be in your face. If you have a soft spot for the Kronk era of music, maybe you'll like it. Still, for a self-released album by a couple of guys in the mid-2000s, it could be a lot worse. And after that, they signed on to Photo Finish Records and began work on their second album called Want, which was released in July 2008.
And the first single, and their biggest hit, came out a month later, called Don't Trust Me.
She wants to touch me, woo. She wants to love me, woo. She'll never leave me, woo.
So this was a pretty big hit, reaching all the way to number 7. But does anyone actually like it? I mean, it's memorable. It's got some absolutely classic lines.
Tongues. Just another girl alone at the bar. If he says he's got beef, that I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. Shut your lips, do the Helen Keller, and talk with your hips.
Helen Keller was a master at twerking. It's more explained in the unrated version of Miracle Worker. For years I never knew what this song was about, but looking up the lyrics, it's apparently about some spoiled rich girl who goes to see this band.
X's on the back of your hands, wash them in the bathroom to drink like the bands.
This is a reference to a Sharpied X that bouncers put on underage patrons so bartenders know not to serve them, but she washes it off, which, yeah, that seems like a bit of a design flaw. She does some drugs and tries to seductively flirt with the band, but they aren't having any of it.
Why?
Don't trust her, never trust her, won't trust her, won't trust me.
Yep, you never trust a hoe because a hoe won't trust me. Take that, you spoiled little bitch. Many have said this song is misogynist, and Yeah, I guess it is, but come on, they were what, 16, 17 at the time? You allow a little leeway given their age.
Oh, okay, that makes this a little harder to defend. Wait, if she's underage, why are you telling her to do the Helen Keller and talk with her hips?
Alright, maybe she was like 20, so I don't know if you can say the song is good, but I still have a soft spot for it. It's a good guilty pleasure. The music is pretty damn good. One of the producers was Benny Blanco, who would later have a couple decent sized hits with people like Halsey, Khaled, Justin Bieber, and even BTS. I will say the video is shockingly bad. It's only slightly better than the couple they made for their first album. Apparently some virus wiped out all the male population except these two, meaning all the women of the world are stuck with them to repopulate. Poor ladies. Maybe that's why at the end they all get nuked. Their next single was Starstruck, and the remix features Katy Perry at the beginning of her reign as the biggest pop star in the world. Didn't help much as it only peaked at number 66.
Cause I set them up, just set them up, just set them up tonight. Cause I
So that's the second song in a row about a shitbag woman.
The song's alright. I do like this part.
Tight jeans, double D's, making me go. All the people on the street know.
But besides that, I probably won't remember much of it. The third and final single was called Still Around.
Oh, shit.
She's still around.
Okay, it's actually not that bad. In fact, this might be the best song so far. Mainly because it isn't sexist as fuck, but I kinda got into it. Video's awful though, like holy crap, this is cheaper than the ones they made for their first album when they didn't have a budget. As for the rest of the album, it's alright I guess. Most of the songs, if they played at a club, might be fun, but listening to them on their own, the only one I found even remotely memorable was Colorado Sunrise. A few of the songs are repeats from their self-titled, and some seem to switch genres throughout, like I'm Not Your Boyfriend Baby, which has this,
You can catch me on the speed train.
We're in a three-way.
and also this.
Killed and learned from cigarette burns, fast cars, fast women, and cheap drinks.
Those are from the same song.
The album got mixed reviews, but did decent sales, so they were able to go on tours. They did the theme song for the Real World Cancun, and do you remember the Metro Station video where I mentioned Almost Alice, the album for Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland? Yeah, they did a song for that too called Follow Me Down featuring Neon Hitch.
Follow me, fa la 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 la. Follow me, fa la la la.
It's alright, it does seem to match Alice in Wonderland more than Where's My Angel did. I'm eventually gonna have to cover everyone on this album, aren't I? Before their next album dropped, they did feature on a few other songs. One was Hey by Lil Jon, but of course their more successful featured song came out a few months earlier.
how can that blah blah blah.
As some of you know, I'm a huge Kesha fan, and despite the song's faults, it's a huge guilty pleasure of mine.
I don't care where you live at. Just turn around, boy. Let me hit that.
I've listened to the song more times than I care to count, and I just realized she's talking about pegging.
Anyway, 303 are barely in this. They have like 5 lines. They're completely pointless and could have easily been cut out.
Who I
Anyway, the third album, Streets of Gold, was released in June 2010, with the first single being House Party.
Warning, there is a lot of flashing lights coming, like, seriously. I'm not one who's normally, like, bothered by that stuff, but even I had a hard time watching this, so if you're sensitive, please look away.
8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, midnight. Party! 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Party!
Wow, this sucks.
I'm gonna have a house party in my house.
Oh really? I thought we were gonna have it at Olive Garden.
So a shitty song and a video that could kill people. Great. Well, I guess as a thank you for appearing on Blah Blah Blah, Kesha agreed to feature on their next song, which resulted in their second biggest hit, My First Kiss.
Well, my first kiss went a little like this and twist.
So I don't actually remember hearing this song back in 2010. I remember Todd in the Shadows put it as his second worst song of the year and then forgot about it until Media Wiz reviewed it last year. And there's a reason for that.
She won't ever get enough once she gets a little touch. If I had it my way.
Everything about this song sounds so juvenile. It's like middle schoolers wrote it, and remember, they were both in their mid-20s.
No more teachers and no more books. I got a kiss under the bleachers, hoping that nobody look.
This song and the video just make kissing seem so gross.
This is like whiskey, it gets me drunk, and I wake up in the morning with the taste of your tongue.
I think I just threw up in my mouth.
By the way, Kesha's barely in this. So yeah, this one's not very good. Even if you hate Don't Trust Me, at least it was memorable. After listening to this, the only part I can remember is my first kiss went a little like this. But it got all the way to number 9, which is way better than the next song, Double Vision, which only got to number 87.
Cause there's so many fine women that my head is spinning and I've lost all feeling. Everybody's singing like.
Actually, I kinda like this one. And the video's pretty creative in its cheapness. It's by the same director as the You Get What You Give video. So yeah, this one's pretty solid. And the final song is called Touchin' on My blank.
Oh Jesus, they just killed a guy!
Girl, I gotta know how you dance like that, dance like that.
Guys, no time for singing, we gotta get this guy an ambulance!
Take you back, take you back. I just gotta ask you to show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I think he's dead.
Well, as for the song itself, it's also pretty solid. Not as good as the last one, but I'd much prefer this to get in the top 10 than My First Kiss. Sadly, it only reached number 49, but the album itself was a bigger success than the last one, despite mixed reviews. The rest of the songs mostly fit into that fine category. Like, they're listenable, and in the club they be alright, but you have no reason to listen in any other context. Although, interesting note, some of these were co-written by Greg Kurstin, who would later make some big hits for people like Kelly Clarkson, Sia, and Adele. So after that, they hit a snag where they were sued by retired wrestler Dallas Page because he said they stole his hand gesture thing. Sure, dude. But that was settled. They appeared on some CW show called Hellcats where they performed My First Kiss with Ashley Tisdale.
Well, my first kiss went a little like this and twist.
Well, I guess if Kesha can't make the song listenable, then Ashley Tisdale was a good option. Still doesn't help that much, but they tried. This show only lasted 1 season, by the way. They even did a song for the Iron Man 3 soundtrack called Bad Guy. And they released a few more singles and EPs. I kinda like this one called Dirty Mind. But besides that, none of them are that memorable. Again, they're not really bad, they just sort of exist. I think the problem is their singing. They have to be all in your face and aggressive. We're awesome, we're tough shtick. That ruin what could otherwise be good songs.
And we still have 3 albums to go. I might actually be too old for this.
Alright, their next album, Omens, was released in 2013 and had 3 singles. The first called You're Gonna Love This.
Setting up high expectations.
Standing so far, but it feels near. If only she looks.
It's almost good. Almost. Like they're really trying, but something just isn't clicking.
And I swear to your honor that in my car the girl was biting on my lips like Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah.
Yeah, Kesha did a Dahmer reference better.
Be too sweet and you'll be a goner. Yep. I'll pull a Jeffrey Dahmer.
Nice to see Nathaniel got a haircut though. Well, this didn't do much, and their next signal did even less. It's called Youngblood. No, not that one. Although to be fair, this is one of their better songs so far. See, when they're not trying so hard to be aggressive and in your face, they're not that bad. And the third single, Back to Life, is also pretty solid.
Cause if the party is dead, we can bring it back to life. Yeah, we can make it through the night.
I swear I've heard this before. Sadly, the rest of the album isn't that memorable. I kinda like Make It Easy, but the rest... Also, there's a lot of dubstep in this because it was 2013, so the album did okay, but not as good as the last two. Afterward, they appeared on a Blues Traveler song called Hurricane, but wouldn't do anything else until their next album release in 2016.
By this point, they were both in their 30s, so I'm guessing their songs will be a little more mature.
Every time I look at my dick, I'm like, holy shit, that's a big dick.
Okay, never mind.
This song is so stupid. Yeah, I know it's a comedy song, but it's not that funny, it's mostly one joke. I got a big dick and you got a small one. Even when they try and switch it up, it doesn't make sense.
My dick gets bigger than Mr. Clean, so fresh you can switch it like Listerine. Yo dick look like Adam Levine.
Burn?
Even the video is stupid. It's some documentary about a guy with a dick so big thanks to steroids, I guess.
This is something that we don't see. I can say I've never seen this in my career. I'm a teaching doctor, and this is something that I don't want to show my students.
What's your doctorate in, sir?
Terrible. Terrible video. Anyway, next was Mad at You.
Could I ever be mad at you? Could I ever be mad at you?
I guess the chorus is alright, but I won't remember it. And what happened to Sean? Remember, he was 30 at the time and looks like he's pushing 50. The other three singles are more of the same, not catchy or fun enough, and with this sense of arrogance. I get they're supposed to be jokes, like they're playing these cocky assholes who think they're better than everyone, but the joke isn't that funny. Most of the songs aren't terrible, there's even a few I kinda like Give Me Something to Remember, but most of the album's just forgettable. I'll say this, they sound like the music that was popular in the 2015 to 17 period, sort of that DJ Snake, Skrillex, Chainsmokers type sound, but it still wasn't that big, probably because it wasn't as fun. Well, anyway, they would continue to tour over the years, like most people had to postpone some due to COVID, but they did release some new material in the 2020s, finally putting another album out in 2021 called Need that, as of now, does not have a Wikipedia page. Honestly, this is probably their best output in years. I actually enjoyed quite a bit of these, my favorite being the second single, I'm So Sad.
I'm so sad. Wish someone would take me out. I'm so sad. Should probably have some kids by now.
I'm a sucker for songs about being depressed or in a downer mood that sound like they're trying to get you up and dancing, and let's say a lot of it feels very relevant to my life.
Waiting for the dating show to call me up with no luck. I'm a budget negligee.
That is one of the most depressing lines I have ever heard. It's like when Mike Posner said he wanted to make Avicii think he was cool. Just one line can convey so much.
Like, this song reminds me of Way Less Sad by AJR. They both feel like perfect songs to represent the post-COVID mindset. But yeah, I would say this is their best album. For one, they stopped being so goddamn abrasive, but also they don't seem like they're just following trends. It just feels like them making songs that they want to make, while still having their signature immature sense of humor.
Skid marks wash out. Some way, somehow. I'm just saying it stinks right now. The skid marks wash out.
But I do want to mention one other song that they were featured in 2021, which might be my favorite thing they've ever done.
It's Rebecca Black, Dorian Electra, 303, and Big Frida. It's the fucking weekend, people. It's Friday.
Yep.
For the 10th anniversary, Rebecca Black did a remix of her infamous song Friday, and she managed to get 303 to be in it.
It's 10 years later, now it's 303 on Friday. I'm sick of living through these Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays.
This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and really good to know she has a sense of humor about the whole thing, especially after the fucking harassment the world gave her at 14 years old. And since then, they haven't really put out anything else as far as I can tell. So if you're interested, they are currently touring and you can see their dates on their website, which shows that they are apparently turning into Bill and Ted.
Well, I don't know when I'll do another one of these, but with Halloween coming up, I think it'll be good to look at something that's a follow-up to 2 reviews I've done the last couple of years. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Trust me.